just some general reflections, that came to mind in the process of my travels. I'm 36 years old, and for all of you who are in my age, generation, zip code, you remember when we were young in the 90s and early 2000s, and how they, crammed it down our throats, okay? From age 6 all the way to 18. Go to college, 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 okay? It's as if, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are a lot younger than I am, all right? It's as if not going was not an option, okay? And, if you even dared suggest that you were not planning to attend college, or because you didn't want to continue going to school, or rather you were going into a line of work that didn't require college, whatever the case may have been, and all of you who are my age, you remember how it was. You got looked at like you were an octopus coming out of the water, walking on dry land. You got looked at like you were an absolute, total idiot, and you're setting yourself up for a complete and total failure. I remember it quite vividly. I had lots of friends in high school and in elementary school and middle school who did not wish to attend college. And of course, I was all part of the game myself. And I looked at them like they were crazy. All right? Now, you notice, though, today, like I said, unless I myself am missing something, you don't hear that too much anymore. You don't hear, the media and the government, saying, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. I think we all know why that is. I think, quite simply, these days, while of course, the having a degree is certainly no harmful thing to you, it is the cost of the degree that brings about the harm. And these days, the student debt crisis, in the, what is it, $1 trillion? I don't know the exact figure, and I'm part of that trillion, all right? The debt crisis is just so overwhelming that it is certainly understandable now more than ever why certain people do not wish to attend college. For those who never planned on going because they were entering into lines of work that didn't require college. Pardon the interruption. That thing on here is so rude. She starts talking whenever she feels like it, interrupting me whenever. But at any rate, you can certainly understand why people don't want to go these days, because college and of course graduate education is very expensive. And of course, because you've got so many people out there now with bachelor's degrees, a bachelor's degree is no longer a competitive credential. Now, those with masters and PhDs, all right, are fewer and far in between. I happen to hold bachelor's and masters, and have, at this time, I have to wait for the loan forgiveness to kick in, about $62K worth of debt, which is not bad for 2 degrees. I know people with 1 degree that have twice as much debt as I do, all right? And my heart goes out to them, but the whole point of this whole video is simply to say that, when they crammed it down our throats 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college, okay? While they were certainly opening the door for us to have greater opportunities than, those who do not have such a credential, they also were opening the door for the vast majority of us to acquire more debt than it would be humanly possible to pay off, okay? And, that's the part of the deal they don't want to admit today, and that's the part of the deal that they didn't bother to tell us back in the 90s. Okay? So, I'm sure, hindsight being what it is, if people could go backwards in time, they would, and, amend that issue. And some people might decide not to go at all. But in any case, the primary benefits, in my opinion, for me anyway, outweigh the disadvantage presented by the debt. All right. For many, it has not been that case, and my heart again goes out to all individuals who have, been truly crippled by debt. All right. One thing the degrees definitely do, beyond all question, is increase the amount of options that you have versus if you don't have them at all. Okay. And if, especially in lines of work that I do, if things don't work out as you may have wished, you always have the degree to fall back on versus if you don't. Okay? But I concede fully 100% college is not for everybody, and certainly higher education beyond that, graduate education, law school, med school, all of that is not for everybody. So make the choice wisely, whether or not you wish to attend college or graduate school, because your financial future depends on it significantly, and the ability, your buying power as an individual depends on how much debt you accumulate. All right. If you are going into a line of work that doesn't require it, any college or graduate school, then, might not be the best choice for you. But if you are going into a line of work that does require college, graduate school, law school, whatever, choose wisely. Your financial future depends on it. So I thank you for letting me air my opinion on this very personal topic, and hopefully, your eyes have been opened. I've made you remember the old days, or at the very least kept you entertained for a few minutes. But the student loan crisis is real, and we hope every day that the Biden administration will fulfill its campaign promises and extend forgiveness on a much wider scale. Take care, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you next time. Cheers.